I may resort to Kraken jokes. Or crack jokes. Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm not alone. And we're going to talk about how to make a Kraken more interesting and fun, weird, strange in your game, to make it to sort of fire up your players and give you something to work with. But I've got some friends with me, and I'm going to get them to introduce themselves before we give you some ideas.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Denny Dicely. I run the Dicely D&D YouTube channel. I've got an intro series on how to play D&D 5e if you don't already know how to do that, as well as a podcast called Speak Dicely.
I'm Steelysam. I make D&D YouTube videos.
Wally.
Like, man, how can I get shorter than that?
I honestly don't think you can get shorter than what Sam did. In fact, it's actually very appropriate.
He makes YouTube shorts, so he kept it short.
Short, that's right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And clever. Hey, folks, Wally DM here, and I have a YouTube channel that focuses on puzzles and traps.
Great. Now that we know exactly what everybody does, let's answer the question of the Kraken, shall we? Since we should be getting Kraken into it. I know that's really bad. Okay. So Denny, let us know. I'm sorry. Let us know what you think you can do with the Kraken to make it more interesting in your Dungeons and Dragons game.
I'm not even going to describe the Kraken. We all know what a Kraken is. So we often see the Kraken as part of nautical adventures, like attacking ships, being this mythical sea-based creature. But what if we put it in the astral sea? So we have our players sailing through the astral sea, and perhaps they're being pursued by Githyanki pirates. When suddenly, things take a turn for the worse when a massive crustacean-like monster erupts from the misty silver sea below. It's an astral dreadnought. And these ships begin fighting this gargantuan-sized monster. And maybe at some point the Githyanki will end up running away. Maybe the players will attempt to. But this beast is not going to let these guys get away. Until, from the same mist sea, come these tentacles that coil around this already huge monster. And now we have Astral Kraken versus Astral Dreadnought. And just these gargantuan beasts are duking it out. And they're trying to survive and they're trying to take their prey. And everyone else gets away. And this is where there is always a bigger fish.
Okay. I like the idea of putting a Kraken in the astral sea. I think AJ did a really good job of explaining just how nasty they can be in the astral sea, because the size they can grow and how they consume things is very, very different to your standard sea-going Kraken. So they're going to be significantly larger. I like that idea. That's pretty cool. Sam, what have you got?
I like the idea of the Kraken being this legendary, monstrous, world-ending thing that sleeps at the bottom of the ocean, similar to Cthulhu. So I like the idea of having the Kraken be this you never see it, you only see the effects of it in that fear, sort of having a Call of Cthulhu campaign with the Kraken being the big villain that you don't want to wake up, and maybe there's cults that are trying to awaken the Kraken, and you never see it, you never get into combat with it. It's just this thing that if it wakes up, the world's over.
So would that be, because that's kind of what happens, is cults try to wake up Krakens so they'll wipe out whole civilizations or cities, or because they can crawl onto land like any kind of cephalopod, and they're not just restricted to being in the sea. Kurtoas would make pretty nasty cultists that want to wake up a Kraken, because they're absolutely out of their tree, aren't they, Kurtoas?
Well, I'm not going to go as big as these two ideas. In fact, I'm going to go very, very tiny, and I'm going to shrink my Krakens all the way down to tiny creatures about this big. But there's going to be hundreds of them. And in addition to a swim speed, they're going to get a flying speed. So we're going, and they're still going to just be strong. They're still going to be temperamental. They're going to want to bring down weather and lightning, but just in little doses. And they are just going to wreak all this havoc. You're going to go to the town well. You're going to crank the bucket up. There's going to be these little tiny swimming air flying Krakens in there, just in smashing things, smashing the bucket, things like that. It's going to be landing in people's drinks. It's going to be in the bathhouse. It's going to be in the outhouse. These things are going to be everywhere. So it's just going to be a major tiny Kraken infestation.
Since they're so small, and because they are Krakens and apparently can fly, can they move as fast as a Kraken can? Because Krakens in water move really fast. So I'm assuming that they're pushing air out. So would they be kind of almost jet propelled, these things?
They think they're moving really fast, but they really aren't.
Okay. So where do they go, these tiny things? In the mouth? Up the nose? Up the butt crack? Is that possible? Up that
I don't think my tiny Kraken creatures are going to get that personal.
Okay. All right.
I think they would rather prefer like their own space. I mean, they still don't want to. They don't want to intrude. I'm thinking, maybe this big old goblet and they fall in there, a well bucket. Being invasive is it's not in the works.
Right. Okay. I did warn you guys that I was going to get a crack joke in there somehow. And Wally presented the opportunity. It was too easy. It was too easy.
That's right. Help me out in the comments below, folks. Don't let my tiny Kraken monsters be invasive.
That's right. Yeah, keep them outside of the body. Outside of the body.
Yes, outside.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that was pretty good, Wally. Oh my gosh. So I had thought about this a little bit, and I decided, what about a underwater submarine that's attached to a Kraken? Because if you wanted to move fast underwater, a cephalopod does it. It's like a jet propelled submarine now. And if you want anything to attack anything, I mean, what do you pick? You want a shark? Nah. Do you want a whale? Nah. Do you want a Kraken? Yeah. So I thought it would make a pretty good, much better than Nemo's Nautilus. Screw the Nautilus. Let's go with a Kraken attached to a submarine pod. Perfect sort of thing. The other idea I had, and it sort of goes kind of back to where Sam was talking, and I was thinking, what's the worst thing you could do with a Kraken? Imagine a Kraken you never see, as Sam was pointing out, trying to control the oceans, because they live a long time. They're very powerful. Is really that they are the alpha predator in that location, and to a large extent probably the alpha predator for everything. Mm-hmm. But they also would be trying to control everybody on the land. So you give them mind powers. Heck, when they start to reach that point where they might die, what about a Kraken Lich? That's right, an undead spell-casting Kraken who controls everything from afar and beyond the veil, and you're not even aware that this thing is controlling the nobles and the royalty and anybody in power within your country or nation or the world, plus all of the other creatures that, Aquaman's got nothing on a Kraken Lich, frankly.
And suddenly level 20 in D&D is just not enough.
All right. Thank you, guys. All those ideas were fantastic. Thank you for sharing them. Let us know down in the comments section how you would use your Kraken in your game to make it more interesting for your players. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.